The biggest reason I have the luxury of standing here today the thing that has made me successful far more than my passion or my energy is my disproportionate practicality. Most people want to look the part of an entrepreneur that came up with the next Supreme or Adidas brand or the next Uber or Facebook, yet are $40,000 in debt, working a job that they hate, and literally, if they went to the 5 discount stores that dominate this market, buy things on clearance, go home and upload to eBay, and then when people buy it, go to the post office and ship it, they would be able to get out of debt and get into a financial place. But people don't want to do that because they don't want to be judged for that being their hustle. Most people in this room and this world would rather lose looking like they're doing something successful than win and be judged for doing something that seems dorky. And that leads me to the thing that I matter the most, which is why you are living your life based on other people's opinions. It's scary to me how much pressure parents put on their kids and use them as products to look good to the other parents that they're spending their time on when it is not in the best interest of their kids' happiness.
Garyvee is an entrepreneur and motivational speaker that teaches others how they can improve their lives. You have to be able to identify your toxic traits and get rid of them. Remember that most people would rather lose in life than get caught doing something that others consider dorky. So do what you love and don't care what other people say about you. Why do you live your life according to what people think? So find your gifts and put your energy into what you're good at. Don't do anything to impress other people. At this day and age, opportunity is at its highest. And understanding other people and what they want out of your business is a huge advantage. So stop complaining and get working.
I think it was around the time I turned 30 that I understood that understanding people and consumer behavior was something that I had, and that there was a way to deploy it against something besides selling more wine, right? And so I'm not comfortable with the word genius, Steph, but this singular thing that I think will allow me to create a lot of success in my life is predicated on emotional intelligence, and I started to understand it a little bit more in my early 30s. This thought that if you just try hard enough, or you work hard enough, or you read enough books or what have you, that you can become this thing that you weren't naturally gifted with is wrong. What you can be is the best version of yourself in something. No matter how much I worked on cooking, I would not be as good as Eric in the front row, right? It just wouldn't be. It just wouldn't be. It's what he's great at, it's what he was gifted at, and it's the work he put in. The reason self-awareness is one of the main things on the book, we have to start understanding what we're good at and putting our energy against that, because that's where you can start having an impact. Whether that is a great fundraiser for NGOs, a stay-at-home dad, a radio person, it doesn't matter what it is, but we have gone way too far in the American dream of entrepreneurship, and everybody's gonna build $1 million business. The reality is it's super simple. If for some way, through a joke or an analogy or a conversation here today or an answer to a question, I can get you to start the process of genuinely being able to handle judgment because you finally are exhausted of living your life based on other people's opinions, including Stranger Pants 96 and your mom, those two extremes. For the ones that do, you know, my example is the anonymous comment from Sally Pants 49 or Rick Face or Jumpman 36. So it's the two extremes. It's you don't do things because somebody says you're ugly or you're stupid in a comment and you have no idea who they are and they're hiding between an avatar and some bullshit name over here, all the way to your mom. That's what I spend all my time on. From this person to that person, why is that dictating you? This one makes a lot of sense to me. Ironically, that one makes a lot of sense to me. You all went through high school. You all lived life trying to do shit to impress other people, and we still do it at scale. Look, no matter what, whether it was handed to you, you're only as good as your last at bat. You know what I mean? Like you're at the top one day and then you're not, right? Like you're the biggest comedian in the world and then you have 3 movies that blow and nobody gives a shit anymore. Like you're only as good as your last, I guess this is what I'm pushing for. You do you. I'm not judging. Who the hell am I to judge? Here's what I'm saying. You get one life. You've got this is America. And by the way, I'm not naive to females, race, things like that. It's harder, but if there's anybody on earth that looks like you that's made it, that means you can too. The practicality of making $5,000 to $50,000 more by understanding what Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube do, that's real. That's
Right.
for 10,000 people that are listening right now. To make 10 million, to make 50 million, I'm trying to buy the New York Jets. Is that for everybody? No. Before we get it too twisted. Well, if you're complaining, if you're unhappy, if you're good, work-life balance, leisure, playing games, going to every movie, every Friday night, the new movie, good. I'm so happy because listen, I got friends that make 10 million a year. They're miserable as
Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.